baby tree. It's a baby.
Hi everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd, and list week is over. It is so over. So I'm probably going to spend the rest of this month reviewing things that maybe I should have already, and I will also be wondering why the hell Ghostface Killah is releasing an album so late into the year. Should I review this week? Let me know. A couple of things I want to get into before the review. The band Big Blood, a psychedelic folk rock outfit, has a new album out on the Free Music Archive. It is totally free, and it's really tickling my ears right now. I'm liking it a lot. I'll link there in the D-Box. Also, I want to give a rest in peace to the one, the only, Captain Beefheart, and also I want to alert you to a situation involving visual artist Stephen Kastner. Of course, you and I both know him from his images, his album art, from his posters. He's created for artists including Isis, Suma, Sun, Justin K. Broderick. Word around the campfire is that he has fallen ill and needs some help. I ask you if that you're a fan of this man's artwork, if his artwork has touched you in some way, shape, or form. Head down there in the D-Box for instructions or just info on how you can help. And also, before I get into this review, I want to thank you guys, not only for just being really awesome and being really positive during Lists Week and understanding that, yes, this is just an opinion, that's it. But also, when I named my favorite song this year, I Can Change by LCD Sound System, all of y'all went over on the YouTube page for that song and just typed 9 pages of needle drop comments. Pretty insane. But really, that was extremely flattering. Alright, the review. We all knew this would happen. That I would put out my lists, and then almost immediately after I would find 1 or 2 albums that are so good they really should have been on the list somewhere, for sure. Last year, I think one of the albums I reviewed that is kind of popular for being shafted with a late review was Vector's Black Future. Blah! And even though this LP over here is not an epic combination of black and thrash metal, it really does deserve some post-list love. The band is the Souljazz Orchestra, and the album is Rising Sun. They're a Canadian outfit, and I think their name makes what's going on here pretty apparent right from the get-go. A lot of instrumentation ranging from horns to flute to piano, even some harp, and what I think is some vibraphone. And I love me some jazz vibes. Thank you, Milt Jackson. Thank you. The amount of instrumentation here is really too vast to go into great detail with in one video. Just let it be known that Souljazz really lives up to the word orchestra in their name. Which is surprising because I feel like their earlier efforts just aren't nearly as gargantuan as this LP. Here it sounds like the band has dropped all electric instrumentation from organ to guitars, and there's not really any lead vocals here either, which has kind of been a staple on those past albums. The band has really taken this opportunity to concentrate on their instrumental abilities, and the effort has paid off in loads of fiery solos, never-ending grooves, and a fantastic in-the-moment feel. It sounds like these guys are playing live in your headphones. The slow whirling intro to this album is just gorgeous and reminds me of something like I'd hear on a modern jazz album. But the LP just kicks into high gear right away with some hard-hitting afrobeat grooves on AGBARA and NEGUS, NEGAST. The heat lowers to a simmer in the middle, just turning up the soul influences and the jazz influences, and the final third of this album is spent exploring Latin sounds. My only real issue with this LP is that this last third of the album can be a little bit of a dozer. Even though they are playing with Latin music most of the time, Souljazz waits until the very last track of this album, Rejoice Part 2, to perform it in a very, very upbeat fashion, which is really how I prefer it. Other than that, the performances and the musicianship are fantastic. The recording is great. I just love the way this thing sounds. It's lush and large like any modern record, but it just has this tone, this vintage tone. It totally comes off like something that was recorded in the 70s that I might find on a compilation from Soundway Records or Analog Africa. Alright, thanks for being awesome, thanks for watching this video, and what should I review next? Souljazz Orchestra, Rising Sun, The Needle Drop, Forever. Oh, Greg, thank you for recommending this to me. Thank you, Greg.